Okay, I'm just gonna go for a walk. I gotta get my umbrella from the car though, so I'll do that first. Also, I should change the video. I'm like all over the place right now. Give me a sec. Do this. No HR today, apparently. And I don't think we're gonna get rained on, but it's probably worth checking. You know. So I need my phone too. Almost forgot. It's really hot. Oh, I need a hat. I need a hat. Like a running hat. Because it's so bright. Did you see how bright it is? It's crazy. I have one in here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, my dirty... This is clean laundry. I have to fold this. I washed this already. I know. You want to see my dirty laundry? There you go. It's actually not dirty. I said it's clean. It's clean. But still. I'll fold that later. I just want to get outside. I've been working all day. I'm tired of working. I like work, but... You know... Can you hear me? Testing. 1, 2, testing. Okay. Alright. I think we're good. I almost could take the you-know-who with me. Sam? Sam? Oh, there you are. Freaked me out. I thought she left. No, we're not. I'll play with you when we get back. I have to go for a walk. Where's my phone? Did I get it? We'll do you later. I'll do you later. Don't be sad. Don't you be sad. Don't be sad. Sorry. She's sad at me. She's definitely sad. I mean, it doesn't even look like it's gonna rain. It looks like we're gonna be totally okay. But you should know, as soon as I say that, we'll get drenched, right?
Sad Sam imminent.
Sad Sam, I know. She's so sad now. Whew. Almost ate skateboard. Man, is it hot. It bakes everything in our car, you know? Everything gets so baked. And not in a good way.
Hey, Rob and chat. /
How are ya? Man, is it hot. Holy cow. I kind of hope it rains. We're gonna go hiking. We're gonna go on an old running route that I used to go on a lot. People who've been watching the stream for a while will know the route we're gonna go on. It's got all the regular good stuff. And let's see. Put my keys. I'm gonna put my umbrella in my pack so I don't have to carry it in my hand. Such a good day. There, we got a little breeze going. That's the difference between biking and, you know, I suppose walking, is you get breeze. You don't get a breeze when you just walk, you know. You really don't. Video's better though. Yeah. Video is almost always better when we walk. Oh, I forgot to undo my co-working thing. We're just going for a nice walk. Trying to see, we got all three of our modems still? Yep. Oh, wow. That was only one modem. Damn. That was off one modem. And now we're back to full power. The Verizon M21, that did pretty damn good. That's some good news. That's really good news. You know what, the other one is, it keeps resetting for some reason. I think it might have some configurations that's not, causes it to time out or something. The other ones don't have that. The other modems. Boy, I haven't been walking in a long time. My wife was walking every morning with the dog. Yeah. We used to do kind of like walk and talk questions every day. That was fun. AstroTurf. Should we cut across? I happen to know that you can cut across here. Walk on the AstroTurf. See this? You guys have this? This is not real grass. It's fake grass. You don't ever have to mow it. Ever. This is like a race team or something. I don't even know what they do here. This is like it's like a little industrial park. This little area here. You can feel the squishy mud underneath this AstroTurf. There's a grasshopper. You don't see grasshoppers. You used to see those all the time in Utah. You don't see them here very much though. Little grasshoppers. Grasshopper. They must have them in China. Oh, there was a bunny. Hey, bunny. Dragonfly. I have to turn my timers off. I gotta remember to do that. I wonder if my cloud bot can do it. You know what I mean? I wonder if I can go to it from my internet. My internets. I know I can do this. I can do the stickers. Yeah, you want to see? I was trying to figure out how to do all my stuff from my phone. Cricket. There's another dragon. Grasshopper. Grasshopper. Grasshopper, grasshopper.
Cricket.
Cricket. Uh-huh. See, I can do all the...
Are you walking to Charlotte?
No. See, I can do sticker previews.
Three hours later.
That works. Okay. Next. Trying to find my cloud bot. So I can turn those timers off. God, I have so many open tabs on my phone. Mastodon, Go. Zwift, Tornado Watch. How's the camera? Camera okay? Ooh, stream elements. There we go. This is top.
Great.
This is all topsoil, by the way, everybody. That's like bark dust and topsoil. That's what they cover, you know, stuff with. I still need to go back and interview the guy from Big Daddy's. We met him once, but never really did anything with that. Chatbot, timers. Hello Fresh. I don't want a time. Oh, this is Stream Elements. Oh, that's Stream Elements. It's not Stream Labs. Yeah, I need to Stream Labs. Here's where we take our life in our hands, just to cross over. Oh wow, look at that, we got an opening. That's very rare. And now I'm going in the middle of the road. Just going for a walk is dangerous. Alright, now we need to find...
Good OL America. Where's the rain?
I know, I don't see the rain. So far, no rain. No rain so far. But it's really threatening rain, big time. So I decided to not go in
I
a
like how this cloud is centered like perfectly above you though.
Yeah, it is. I have a cloud like right above me. Literally like right above me. Clouds are gorgeous though, aren't they? I love clouds. I love clouds when they get like that, when they get all cumulus
The rain is
nimbusy.
hiding in the sky.
It's hiding out there, it's waiting.
Yeah.
It's definitely waiting. I like it. It's kind of like Simpsons clouds, you know? Big old cumulus nimbus. The Simpsons. Da, 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 da. Hey, should we go down Blair Witch?
It's really cool seeing them accumulating while in an airplane too.
Oh, I know. Isn't it great?
It's going to jump out all at once when you least want it to.
Don't tempt fate. But I'm ready if it does. I got my big ass umbrella when that happens. So. Hey, I found my timers. Wahoo! TLDR.
Blair Witch what?
There's the Blair Witch alley down here.
Umbrella with raindrops.
Yeah. Hey, I found it. Huzzah. Timers are off. So, I'm going to walk down here because we're going to be going a kind of a long walk. But the last time that I walked down this road that we're about to turn right on, they saw me with a camera and they came out and they said, "Why are you filming?" I said, "I'm just walking here, it's fine." And they said, "Yeah, but this is a private road." I said, "No, it's not. It's a public road. It's not even an access road." And then I said, "Look, there's a property down there. I want to go look at it." And they said, "You shouldn't be here. I'm going to call the police." I said, "Fine, call the police. I don't care." He said, "You stay right here. I'm going to go call the police." And they went to guys and they said, "Why aren't you waiting here?" I said, "You can call the police. Fine. I don't give a shit. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not breaking any laws. I'm on a public road. I'm walking around with my camera."
Lol, you're no different than the Google Maps van.
I know. Dude, she freaked the fuck out on me. She freaked the fuck out on me, man. And ever since then I call it Blair Witch Lane. Because it's pretty damn scary. There's like all these people that are like, kind of like the kind of people that get really afraid of everything. Look, if somebody walked in front of my house on the public sidewalk with the camera on, I would not care. I would not care.
Woman mage.
I don't know how old she was. She was like...
Growing something.
Maybe. Who knows? I'm gonna
I love how the TTS verbally describes vanilla.
Vanilla emojis, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and tempt fate. But I'm gonna put the phone, I'm gonna put you guys on my ear like I'm talking into a phone, so that people think that I've noticed that when I have put the phone by my ear, it reduces the chance of people looking at me weird by about 70%. Because they think that I'm talking on the phone, and if they think I'm like, especially if I'm in the store, they just think I'm doing like secret shopper or something like that. I really like this little road down here, which is why it always freaked me out that people were like, "Hey, this is a private road." I'm like, the sign doesn't say it's a private road. Oh, speaking of which, okay, your real time is on. The real time location is on. So if somebody wanted to, they could go look and see if where I'm going is truly public or not. God, look at all that kudzu. Just takes over the trees. So pretty here, isn't it? Now, to be fair, I wore the wrong socks for this. Yeah, I did. I wore the wrong socks for this. Because this is gravel, so you get a little gravel stuck in yours. No socks. By no socks, I mean no socks. Here's a trailer park set. Private property. I always like going down here though, because I get the chance to show people that not everybody lives in a lavish, huge house in this area even. Some of them live in trailers. And they have private property signs. Oh shit, there's a car coming behind us. There's a car behind us. There's a car behind us. There's a 60% chance someone's going to stop me and say something to me. But again, I've just got my phone in my ear. Last time I was here, I was actually walking with a camera and went, oh, somebody just turned into that house there. Yeah. Somebody just turned in down that private road. God, there's bugs everywhere. I hate August in North Carolina. It's like bug season. There's bugs everywhere. Bugs freaking everywhere. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to put you back by my ear later if I need to. Right now I'm just going to walk. That's all new. That was not there before. I don't remember that being there before. Here we go. Let's see if we survive. And this next mailbox, this corner up here, is where the person always gets up and stops me. They do? Well, maybe I'll just turn around then. I'll just turn around. It doesn't say it is. It says Oakland Lane. It doesn't say private road though. There's no indication it's a private road anywhere. You know. This is good though. Look at how pretty that is. Lonely Dirt Road ASMR. I kind of want to hike around back in those trees just for fun. Person's out of their house right now. They're going after their house. They got stuff in their hands, so they're kind of busy. I love how people with the trailers are always the ones that are worst, the most afraid of having people invade their private property. Statistically, in my experience, the people who live in the shittiest places are the ones most likely to have private property signs hung all over the place. Bird? tropical rainforest. The air is sticky right now. Due to crime? No. It's kind of a nice walk though. Non-state owned, non-federal owned. Crusoe Drive. Well, now we know. Now we can't claim ignorance. Mostly, they will usually say private drive on it. Usually it will say private on it. That's been my experience, but maybe there's some that don't. You know. Hey, the dogs aren't out. Usually there's dogs out there yelling at me. Should we do our bandwidth test in this neighborhood? Owned and maintained though? Yeah. Robinson Road is definitely public. What? This house is for sale. What? That's new. That's new. There you go. Go look up how much that house costs. Everybody always wants to ask. Dialrealestate.com. D-Y-L-E. Go look up how much that house costs. That's not even on the lake. I bet it's $500,000. I would never live there though, because they still have to, drive an hour to Charlotte. I really want to live in Bedford or somewhere. It was on the right. There's a second house down from the road we turned down. Oh, here comes the guy with the dog. So, this subdivision to the right that we're coming up on, it is a known place for us to test bandwidth because we've gone down here and lost access on occasion. So, I kind of want to go down there, but I know the road that I want to go down is private. This is also a private road, I think. Rusty Way Lane, I think that's also private. That's why they're not maintained. They're crappy. Not maintained by the city. 3-bedroom, 400,000. Yep. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. 400,000, yeah. Sounds about right. We could probably squeeze into a $600,000 home. Maybe a little bit more even on our current income, but I don't know if I want to go that high. I would really love to get like a really cheap house and just own it really fast because I'm old. Yeah, it is. China has been buying up America all over the place, man. And I've had lots of houses before. Yep. Bought my first house in I want to say, let's see, Counting Crows was on. A big deal. What was that, 97? Maybe 96, earlier than that. Let's see, I got my first job at well, not first, but what was it? In Oregon is where I bought first house. We were in an apartment when we first got there, so that was, I want to say 94, 95, 96, something like that. Oh shit, that really scared me. I mean, like, I jumped. They're building a city. I was scared by my IRL. I fell out of my pack. That's crazy. Billionaires are building their own city. Wow. Sounds about right. I mean, it's gonna be. You guys ever seen Elysium with Matt Damon? Elysium, where they build this like perfect utopia satellite off of the surface of the Earth. Everybody else has to stay back on Earth. Build his own utopia. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting into this really, really crazy late stage capitalism where the billionaires they've lost their fucking minds, man. They've totally lost their minds. Why do people who are so stupid end up with so much money? That's what I want to know. Maybe it's because they're stupid. And the rich people always think they're smart. Yeah, Trump's always like, oh yeah. I was having an argument with a guy in a Node.js forum on someplace. It wasn't Reddit. And I've told the story before, but the guy said, my $250,000 salary says Java is the best programming language. I'm like, do you realize how stupid that is? You're saying that your salary is the reason that Java is the best language for everyone to use. There's so many levels of stupid I can't even get into it. It's so stupid. It's like, does your brain not work? Your brain just doesn't work. Because you happen to be living in a particular space, in a particular time, where you're making $250,000, and that's more money than the average Node.js or whoever other person would be learning. Therefore, your language is better than everybody else's language. I mean, I'm not even stupid enough to say that Go is better than Rust because I make more money programming in Go. I'll say Go is better than Rust if you want a job. I still stand by that. But I would never say that because I make X amount of dollars, Go is the best programming language. For everyone. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And yet somehow this guy is making $250,000. What I'm trying to say is that money does not equal intelligence. It never has. In fact, I would argue that sometimes the people who have money have to be stupid enough to know to not know how stupid it is that they're getting paid that much money for what they're doing. That's like saying neurosurgery is better than Go. Exactly. Yeah. Everybody always, well, what's this? Oh. They must have had to repair this power line recently because of the thunderstorm. Sometimes we cut out right here. Let me know if we cut out. So this, see these lions up here? Everybody always wants me to zoom in on the lions. So they are a thing. The lions are a thing. We used to do this like every day, and everybody always wanted to see the lions. It is a great road for a walk. Hey, Lemmy. Yeah, I walk on this road constantly. I also skateboard on this road. Yeah, this is where I bailed out. Not this one, the next one. That's where I fell. Because I skated from the top of the hill down there and I got going too fast. I bailed out. Was anybody here for that? Was anybody here for the bailout? When I skateboarded and I bailed, I didn't have this rig. I had a phone on a gimbal. That's what I had. Yeah, I don't know. Which one do you want? Hey. Hey King, how are you? This is a very picturesque road to walk on though, isn't it? It's very pretty. One of the great things about going for walks is that the camera can catch up and do all of the green and the leaves. This is North Carolina. The difference between this and biking, when you bike, you go a little bit too fast. Terry was complaining about that. Even with his GoPro, he can't get good video because there's just way too much detail in the trees. To get the detail in the trees, you really almost have to be still. But if you go for a walk like this, you have a better chance of getting it. So. Something in my pack is squeaking. I don't know what. Why is my pack so squeaky? Video game foliage. I wonder if the chickens are out. Up on the left are the chickens. They're coming up. Absolutely glorious day. There's not a single whiff of wind. John Deere. Sometimes it cuts out right here. House with the lion statues for 1.7 million. Yep. Because it's on the lake. And because it's got lions. That's a chicken coop. And there's houses all over. There's houses up and down both sides. This is a big, huge piece of property. I found out today that A plus imitation can. kind of easier with no teeth. You know those pictures of people with no teeth? They're like all lips, and their lips are just smacking together. We might F up here. Sometimes we F up here. And the theory is that they have a blocker, but we don't know. So around this corner is a compound. I'm not even kidding. They got huge walls. They got huge walls and flags and gated locks on the doors. It's like protecting it. Hey, look, that one's for sale too. That's the second house for sale. I had no idea. I have to stop talking. My voice is traveling. This woman's gonna be scared. Okay, I'm gonna pretend like I'm talking on my phone again. All right, the phone is at my ear now. She's on her phone, and the dog is peeing, and that poor bird has been some mailbox. She looks rather fit. Runner girl. There's a trailer. There's a trailer right there. There's a trailer on the lake. How much is a trailer on the lake going for? You know? How much is a trailer on the lake going for? I don't know. How much does like trailer sell for? I thought about wearing a Bluetooth. I have the Bluetooth speakers in my... I'm putting the phone up to my ear. But you're absolutely right. If I had speakers in my ear, it would be much easier. The people would just figure it out. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you want to do it, but I don't know which. Do you want me to? Okay, fine. I'll talk to you about it later. All right, bye. Yeah, you guys, this is walking distance from Wells Fargo. I mean, this whole thing is walking distance from Harris Teeter, where we went shopping, you know. Oh, look, they're finally building a house here. How many of you remember when I met the people on that lot? You used to be able to go on that lot. You used to be able to walk down to the patio down there. Or to the deck, the dock, I guess. Can't do that anymore. Yeah, they have to drive like 2 or 3 miles. But if you look on the map, you'll see how this is remote, right? Sort of disconnected. Look at that big ass house, man. Look at that big ass house. Doesn't need a house like that. Does anybody need a house like that? That's really the question. I misjudged the place where the compound is on the next turn. I forgot. We walked down this lane once. There was a guy who was putting in the dock. He invited us to come out with him one time. He builds docks. He's from California. You remember that? It's kind of funny because we do kind of have a different community now. So many of the people that were in the community before when all of that was going on a year and a half ago, they're not here anymore. They moved on to other places. It didn't scare them away. I had one of them tell me that they were happy to see me doing outdoor again, which leads me to believe that they stopped watching because I stopped doing outdoor stuff, which I did for about 6 months. Hi there.
Hi, how are you today?
Good. What kind of dog is that?
Ebony's.
Ebony's. It reminds me of my dog Tiffany when growing up. Beautiful dog. Where do I live? Well, it's in the title. I live in North Carolina. In the labels, anyway. In the United States of America. America. What's your question there? At least you're walking. I'm not sure you can watch me cycle again after the crash. Well, I mean, I biked many times since I crashed, and it's been pretty nice, pretty mellow bike rides. Of course, there was the thunderstorm where I was racing for my life. America. I live in America. America. Oh, there's the Hummer. There's the Hummer owner. They passed us earlier. Yeah. They got their pontoon boat. 4 cars. Typical lake house. Can't have too many cars. DevOps in Portugal. I mean, if you can get here, I would go to Canada if I were you. My advice, having no knowledge about what I'm talking about at all, my best guess, how about that? My best guess is to move to Canada and to work in Toronto or Montreal for an international company. And then once you get in that company might have connections to inside of America, and then you can get into America easier. Yeah. That's my suggestion. I when I was in Canada, I went to Canada. The IBM software division, the entire division is in Canada. And the reason they do that is because they can get really talented foreign talent very cheaply, and they don't have visa problems as much in Canada as they do in USA. That was my very uninformed, conclusion. So if I were outside of the country, first of all, I'd ask myself, why am I trying to get to America? America is a shitstorm right now. I would seriously, I want to move to Portugal. Why would you want to move here? All of the really good technologists, and a lot of really good not all, but a lot of really good technologists in America are trying to move to Portugal because they hate America and they want to get out of here before the place blows up. They want to be an expat in Portugal or Spain. Seriously. swap citizenship. I know. You want money. You can't get money in Portugal. American? Yeah. Marry an American. The fastest way to citizenship is marriage, by far. That's just the truth. I had a guy, one of my friends, he's in the CIA now, I'm pretty sure. I don't know that for sure, but he disappeared after interviewing his senior year. He was an Arabic major, so I'm pretty damn sure he's in the CIA. And he was, it's the #1 CIA recruiting university in America. Brigham Young, that's the one I went to. And anyway, he and I were both resident assistants at the Missionary Training Center for the Mormon missionaries. And he had this Canadian hottie. Oh my God. She was so hot. She latched onto him with everything she had. She was like, she was trying so hard to get American citizenship. And she was Mormon, and she knew, women that go to BYU, one of their unspoken rules is they're there to find a husband, because the Mormons think the guys are supposed to make the money and the girls are supposed to get married. And if the guys don't make the money, they're failures. They can't go to heaven. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. Look it up. If the women don't get married, if they don't, and I quote, enter the new and everlasting covenant of marriage, they cannot achieve the highest level of heaven. Period. So there is this moral and infinite imperative for women to get married as fast as possible. Now for the men, if they die without getting married, they're pretty much come straight out and say they're not going to go to heaven, because they had a chance, and there's more women than there are men on earth, according to the Mormons. But the women, they get kind of a pass. And one of the reasons the Mormons, there's the compound right over here, see? Doesn't it look like something out of like a cult documentary? It totally looks like something out of a cult documentary. But the women, the Mormons think that there's more women than there are men, and statistically it's probably right. And therefore, that's why they say you can have more wives. One man can have multiple wives. They still believe that, by the way. Don't ever let a Mormon try to tell you that they do not believe in the gospel of polygamy. They don't practice it anymore because it's illegal, but it is still a part of the new and everlasting covenant of marriage. And if a woman dies, the husband can get remarried for time and eternity, that's a quote, to another woman. If a man dies, the woman cannot be sealed to another man, because she belongs to the first man in heaven. That is church doctrine straight out of the church handbook instructions. So if a Mormon ever tells you they don't believe in polygamy, tell them they're full of shit. But don't say shit, because they'll get obsessed, they'll get pissed, and they won't talk to you anymore. Why is the U.S. so clean? Because they pay a bunch of illegal immigrants to fix up their yards. That's why. You think I'm kidding? That's not hyperbole. I'm not exaggerating. All of these beautifully, immaculately maintained yards are maintained by illegal aliens mostly. Not all. Why am I walking and not biking? Because the weather and everybody else is telling me it's going to thunderstorm, and I don't see a fucking thundercloud in the sky. So I told myself I would go for a walk because it was less risky, because I have the umbrella, see? I'm kind of glad I did too. It's just so beautiful. It's so damn beautiful. Walking on the wrong side of the road. An illegal alien? Do you guys know what that means? Hey, it's a wiener dog zine. An alien. The word alien means foreigner in that context. Somebody from another country. And it's not because we're trying to be mean and say that all people from other countries have pointy green ears or look like Spock or something. It's because that's what they're called. I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Whoa. Oh, now we're going uphill now. Like Alf. Alf was definitely an illegal alien. On both counts. Alien material. Yeah, because we have non-English speakers, sometimes I have to explain things, which is great, I love it. You see that little stack of rocks there? They made those illegal in Yosemite National Park in California because people were doing them too much. It was the thing that came across my feed. I won't say what. No, you have to go look at it. They had to make it against the law because there's so many people stacking rocks that it's impacting the experience of nature for everybody else, because there's literally a stack of rocks every 10 feet. Which company do I work for? Oh, I can't tell you my company I work for, unfortunately. Well, I can actually. I work for Tech Systems, TEK. Tech Systems, it's a contract firm. At least if you know the account that I work for, though, I ask that people not say where that is so that I can keep my job, and also to preserve the privacy of those people I work with whom I work. Oh God, look at them. Oh, they got their jet skis out. I'm so fucking jealous. Look at them. You see them down there? They got their jet skis in the lake out. It is so hot right now. I would do anything to get in that lake, practically. It was in August that I decided I was going to take up paddleboarding, because it was sweltering in the heat just like this, and I was like, I have no way to get on the water. I got all this beautiful water around me, and I can't go in it. And so I took up paddleboarding. Was there a UNC shooting? I didn't even know there was one. Tell me about it. I haven't even been following it. Send us a link, I'll go click on it, read it. America's falling apart, man. It's in the middle of collapse. I can't imagine people wanting to move here. Oh shit. I got friends there. I have people who went there. God, I hope he's okay. I have 2 or 3 people that go there. They go to that school that I know that went through SkillStack. Oh shit. Suspect is in custody. Nay, good. Armed and dangerous individual. 5:58 p.m. Eastern. This just happened an hour ago. Less than an hour ago. This just happened 25 minutes ago. The original story published at 4:24. That is an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. All clear on Monday afternoon after the police responded to an armed and dangerous person who fatally shot a professor. Another reason not to become a professor. Wow. University police advised all students to go immediately inside, close the windows and doors, and wait until they heard from them. I love this. Listen. To the extent of the situation is not clear, North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper referred to it as a, quote, shooting in a post on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. He said that he has pledged all state resources needed to capture the shooter and protect UNC. UNC Hospital received no patients. So that's good. Video shows a large group at Chapel Hill. People walking out of buildings in a single file line with their arms in the air. Chapter 3:3. Groups of students were casually walking around the sidewalk. This is the second week of fall semester at the school. The university has 32,000 people, 4,000 faculty, and 9,000 staff, along with the students. Huh. Interesting. That's interesting. Sad. Sad and interesting. No pup. Just me. I was trying to walk faster than she likes, plus it's really hot. She doesn't last like 5 minutes out here when it's this hot. When Prince changed his name to the symbol, the artist formerly known as Prince. School shootings are among the top 3 death causes for children in the United States. Crazy. Thank you, Jesus, for making me live in a country with the most children dying from school shootings. Pretty sure Jesus would say, I never knew thee, to the parents of those kids who claim to be Christians. Oh, we have misters. God, it smells so good right here. Our property. Thoughts and prayers. There, all done. Thoughts and prayers. Our thoughts and prayers are with yet another class of kindergartners who got their heads blown the fuck off. Oh, my thoughts and prayers. You know where their thoughts are? Splattered all over the school walls. But I'm sure we don't have a problem It's a mental health problem. It has nothing to do with firearms. And somebody still wants to move here because they can make more money here. Pretty much summarizes America. Oh, kids are dying. Oh, the 1% are building out or buying up all of California and making their own cities. Can I still make a lot of money there, more than I'm making in my country? Fine, I'm in. Send me. I'd love to go there tomorrow. Land of opportunity. People. Am I wrong? People are like, I don't care. I can still make more money. I'm like, okay, fine. It's like gold fever all over again. It's always been about the money in America. The gold rush that took people to California. Talk about insanity. Everybody was like, I just want to find me some gold dust. And they blow it all on hookers and booze. Buy them a shiny sidearm so they can protect their investment. What I really love is that this whole idea of like, the ancient cowboy mystique, like in Back to the Future 3, the whole idea of like the engineering West and the frontier, and the romanticism of the frontier is fucking dead. It's totally dead. There was nothing about the frontier that was romantic at all. And people are finally figuring that out. Look, I'm very seriously, I quit doing what I wanted to do to work for a company that I kind of had to work for, that I love. I mean, I love working with the team I have, so that I could, pay my bills. That's really all you need. You just need enough money to pay your bills. You don't need enough money to live in a big-ass house like these. You really don't. And more and more people are figuring this out, which I really love. I love that. I love that humanity is kind of waking up to how stupid it is to have a huge lawn that nobody ever even uses, and that you waste money and resources. And the younger generations are waking up. They're like, no, I don't want that life. I don't need to live in a big ass house. All the people that are living in these big ass houses, they'll die out. And the younger generations, they don't want anything to do with it. They want stability, number one. They want stability, and they want to be able to have opportunity. And they want to be able to move around. The younger generations that I talk to, they're not planning families at all, by the way. Most of the people that are young that I know, that I've talked to recently, they are not interested in a family. They're like, fuck that. A lot of them are still living with their own parents, even in their upper 30s, or lower 30s. How long is my contract? Nope, my contract's a recurring contract. Yeah. They reevaluate me every year. Technically, they can decide to not renew me for every year if they wanted to, but they really don't do that. Do you know what I mean? They could decide if they didn't want to do that, but they generally don't do that. So it's a recurring contract. But I do have an opportunity every year to know if they're going to keep me. People that built the railroads could never be considered or granted citizenship, even though they built the railroad. Yeah. Yeah, I have what I perceive is the best possible contract. And, I don't get paid for holidays. There are other people that work in my company for my same contract that get extra money. They get holidays off. They get that as a perk. I don't get that. Yeah. Hey, how's it going, Miles? Personally, I mean, I make, relative to what other people make, I still make very little. I know how much other people make. For what I do and what I could do and be doing, and I'm making probably, I want to say 30% less than I could be making. But the flexibility of working on a contract makes it worth it to me. Because the flexibility with the contract, yeah, sure, they can let you go, anytime or after the year's over or whatever, but so can any other company. That's what at-will employment means. At-will means they can sever your job anytime they want. They don't even have to give you warning. It also means you can leave it without warning anytime you want. People do give like 2 weeks, 3 weeks warning. That's generally accepted behavior, but there's no rules that say you have to do that. And believe me, businesses do not care. Businesses do not care about you. The 1950s, where the business is your second family, and they take care of you, and you're an organizational man, as they used to say, and you sing hymns about the company. I'm not even kidding. Church hymns. They have church hymns about the company. Go company logo, slogan, and everything. Those days are long gone. It's all about business. The house that I had was about that big. The suburban house that I had, it was almost exactly that size. The one up in Mooresville. That was the last house I lived in. It would probably sell for $500,000 now. Well, we sold it in 2007. No, 2010. When was it? 10. Yeah, 2009 or 10. We sold our house at least for $300,000. I want to say it was like $340. But it is in a great neighborhood. It would probably sell for a lot more now. And that was just with me making money. That was just one income. And I was pretty underpaid for where I was, because God, there's bugs everywhere, man. Can you see them? There's bugs everywhere. This is the height of bug season, man. Australia, August is the most bugs. In September, it gets really cold and they all die out. They start to die out. Does land come with a visa? No. You can't even buy land unless you have a visa. I don't think. You have to have a representative here to buy land. But I don't know how they're doing it. There's foreign countries that are buying land like crazy in America. China in particular. China's buying up America by a lot. I heard somewhere that China owns a high percentage of the land that the national parks used to be on. And I don't know if this is true. There's another one for sale. Is that the one for $900,000? You lock them into non-competes, yeah. So they can't, yeah. Knowing what your company you work for. It's easier to exploit workers, yeah. Yeah. Companies have been exploiting workers since there's been companies. I mean, let's just be real. That's nothing new. That's just the nature of the game. You know. That's how business works. It's always been that way. I think you kind of have to remove yourself from that, and you have to think about the people that you work with. To me, that's what I work for. I have the team that I'm now, the quality of the people that are on the team is so high that I would never leave. Now, they might kick me out at some point because I'm a contractor, and there's other people who are not contractors. If the company ever saw a downturn in profit or something, which I guarantee you they will not. If you knew the company, you would know they're not going anywhere. Nope. I really wish I could tell you where I work sometimes. Please don't try to guess. Please don't guess. I work for one of the oldest, biggest companies in the world. But I'm not going to tell you which one, and I don't want you to guess. People were upset that you said that. Why? Because it was true. Would I convert to full-time? I've thought about it. I told them at one point that I would like to convert to full-time. But I would only do that if it meant that they increased my salary by the same percentage that they're paying my contract firm, which would probably be about 30%. If they paid me 30% more than I'm making right now to work for them full-time, I would consider that, because I could buy a house like tomorrow for cash almost. Not really, but it would be insane. God, I don't even want to think about that too much more. That's because you think this is the sickness. You start thinking about how much money it is, and then your rationality and your ethics just go out the window, no matter how good a person you are. I had a vice president, I'm not even kidding. When I was working at SkillStack, I knew a lot of executives and vice presidents, including the CTO of PayPal, the CIO of Bank of America, the director of technology for Davidson College. I could go on. And a senior executive at TIA Craft, the owner of a race car team. I knew tons of really rich, influential people, and one of them was a senior executive vice president at a company I won't say because that would give it away. And she knew that I was doing Kubernetes stuff and working on Cloud Native at home, and she would come, this is a true story, I'm bragging, I know, but it's fun to brag. After she would come to pick up her son, she would spend about 30 minutes, and I just let her do it. I didn't have anybody after him. So she would spend about 30 minutes with me just tapping my brain for ideas. She didn't know about GitLab for, applications management and different things, CI/CD and all that. She would sit and tap my brain. And I have the email still from her that offered me $250,000 to come work for her, giving presentations to people in France and all over as a consultant, to be like a senior IT consultant for the company. And you would know the company if I said it. And she put it in black and white, actually. Because I told her because she used to come to me all the time. She would say, "We're going to get you eventually. We're going to get you. We're going to get you eventually." I'm like, and I actually interviewed. I had an informal interview on the phone because I thought about doing that. And I was really, really torn because that meant I was going to have to throw away SkillStack completely. There's no way I could have kept doing it. And I mean, I'd been building. If you know that anybody who's built a company knows the feeling. It's like giving birth to a baby. It really is. You have to spend so much time nursing it and helping it grow and getting rid of it. I don't care how much you pay me. It's like giving up your kid. So it was really hard to decide. And so I had this interview. I had this phone interview with this guy. I've told this story before, but I had this interview with this guy. And I mean, I don't know how to say this nicely. He was kind of full of himself. He wasn't the person, the mom, that I had been talking to and had a really solid relationship with. He was totally somebody different. She did kind of warn me about that, but not, She says, "Well, we need to have you talk to this guy so he can, kind of set you straight so you know what's going on." And And it's this guy who was just kind of showboating, and then he said the thing that killed it forever for me. And there was no way I was ever going to work there after this. He said, well, our primary mission is to establish what the unicorns in the industry are doing and then reproduce those results for other companies so that that want to be those unicorns. And I said, okay, wait a second. You're telling me that as a senior consultant in this firm, my job would be to copy what other Silicon Valley companies are doing and tell other companies how to do what they're doing. I was like, yes, that's essentially it. And I said, and I almost exactly quoted this. I said, I don't want to chase the unicorns. I want to be the unicorn. And I didn't want anything to do with it after that. Because I had just spent 8 years being the unicorn. Being the only school on planet Earth teaching Vim to 9-year-olds. I had set the standard for high-end education in my region. So much so that Tech Talent South tried to recruit me to run their entire education program. And they said it was going to be proprietary and I couldn't use any of it after that. And I was like, fuck that. So I said no to that too. That would have been a senior position. What am I doing? I'm just talking to myself. But reflection is what you do when you go for a walk. I just happen to be doing it in front of everybody. Seriously, I didn't, I had been, don't get mad, get busy, DGMGB. Hashtag DGMGB. Don't get mad, get busy. That is what I wanted. I wanted to set a new bar for education in America. For a quality education. And yeah, I could have done pretty well. Consulting. Probably, I might still do that actually. But I don't know. It is hot. I talk to myself all the time. Sometimes I need to explain from myself. $25 days of the month, yeah. On contracting. Legal spying on companies, hell yeah. Modus operandi is so common in consulting. It really is. Parents don't realize they learn bad stuff, yeah. What do I think about the war? I don't think about it. Because it's one of the many things that's going on right now that I have no control over. I am absolutely horrified by it. On behalf of the innocent Russians and Ukrainians, both of which are dying in droves. That's the best I can give you. I have friends in both countries. Named my kids after somebody. I think the only thing definitive I can say is that judging the Russians or the Ukrainians by the acts of a few absolute tyrannical madmen is not logical. That's the best I can give you. The woman from the 80s dance party? Which one, NFT? Could you see me typing on the screen? Regular tech, ma'am. Someone lives in your Discord that's in Odessa. I was in Odessa. Odessa is so beautiful. Oh my God. Yeah. I was in a Russian cruise ship in Odessa, and we parked right next to an American destroyer. It was either a destroyer or a frigate, I can't remember. I think it might have been a frigate. They were doing the Champagne tour, they called it. I went on the deck. We went on the deck of the military, the U.S. military. It was great to talk to Americans, you know. And there were KGB all over the bridge of the deck. They were so easy to spot for me and anybody that'd been living in Russia. But these like, you know, these like green military Navy men on this deck, they had no idea there were spies all over their deck. And I leaned over. I leaned over to one of the kind of, you know, cheery-eyed Navy men, you know, and I said, "See that guy right there? KGB." Yeah, like, I bet you. And he's like, He's like, it's not really. I said, nope, definitely. I said, how do you know? I said, you can tell. I've been here a while. The way they were looking around and stuff. They're either KGB or they're oligarchy. They're a Russian mob. You know. Hello, fellow kids. Yeah, it's about emulating others. Yeah, the Gardner Group, they just want to follow Gardner Group off the cliff. They don't care. Yeah. Yeah, interesting you would say, Gardner Group. They really don't care, man. It's so funny if you're a technologist who actually keeps up on tech, and you ever watch like a Meta Gardner Group keynote, you just kind of look at the keynote and you're like, how is this news to anyone? It's like, you don't understand, enterprises are like 4 to 7 years behind the rest of the mainstream. So now KGB runs the place. Yep. I don't think KGB runs it. Whatever's left over of KGB. The Russian, I'm not tied into the infrastructure at all anymore like I used to be. But when I was there, the country, Russia anyway, Russia was run by a mixture of mob bosses and old politician guard, which sometimes are the same thing. I imagine, I don't know, but these days it's a plutocracy more than it's ever been before. There's a woman who is very respectable, I forget her name, but she's actually about to come out with her book, Russia, the plutocracy for whatever. Well, yeah, Putin's former KGB. Putin. If you ever watch a study of Putin as a person, he has a personal vendetta against capitalism because of what it did to him. He was stationed in East Germany when the wall came down. Yeah. A small man with a big vendetta. And no ethics whatsoever. It's not the first time, man. Да, я говорю по-русски. Почему? Закончил университет на русском факультете, потом жил, работал, плавал по теплоход, речной теплоход. Леонид Красин был название теплохода. Да. Да, мне очень понравилось. Очень нравится. I absolutely, deeply love the Russian and Ukrainian people. So much so that I dedicated at least 5 years of my life in school, several $1,000s, 2 years of my life, and one of my children's names to the Slavic region, I guess. There's a part of me that feels like I'm still kind of expat over here. You gotta understand, I lived over there, I lived on and off over there for the better part of 7 years. I mean, not during the winters, it was only during the summers. And I got really bonded. I got so bonded with the people over there and the business opportunities over there that when I came back to America, it had like I had to start all over again. I was so well connected in Russia. God, I mean, seriously, I'd probably be dead now, honestly. I would probably be dead now. That's not an exaggeration. One of the reasons that I left and I started working in America again is because at the time that my wife was pregnant and told me that she wasn't going to stay in Russia anymore. If I wanted to stay married, I had to quit. Ended up divorcing her anyway. At that time, there were American businessmen being blown up in their cars in Moscow. It was like in the news, it seemed like every month. What was happening is there had been this, the wall had fallen, and there had been this huge influx of American capital, and there were no lines drawn. The plutocracies hadn't formed. They didn't know what to do with all this influx of money. They didn't know how to handle it all. This was before Yeltsin really became a real freaking hard, mob boss. The reason Yeltsin was drunk most of the rest of his life, at the end of his life, I swear to God, the reason Yeltsin just was perpetually drunk, I believe, this is my theory, I have no proof of it. My theory was that Yeltsin was an idealist under Gorbachev. And Gorbachev was both an idealist and somebody who wanted to get money. And that's why everybody hates Gorbachev in Russia to this day still. But Yeltsin had his foot in kind of both worlds. He was still kind of a politician, and then he was a little bit of a plutocrat. He had some dealings in the mob and all that. But part of him was really, really on board with the whole glasnost, and America and all that. And you watch the early speeches that Yeltsin gave and his visits and stuff, and he was either a really great liar, which I get the feeling that he's not. He's pretty transparent. And that's why he became a perpetual drunk. Because he realized in the middle of his presidency that the dream that he'd had for having an affluent Russia was not going to happen, and that it was going to end up being the same plutocracy it always was. And now he was stuck in the middle of it, and his family was potentially going to pay the price, and everybody was either going to end up dead or he's got to toe the line with the other plutocrats. And so Yeltsin gave up on his dream and then got so drunk every day he couldn't perform anything. And the plutocrats didn't even want to kill him at that point. They're like, the guy's completely lame duck. Nobody gives a shit about Yeltsin. His political will, everything about him politically went downhill. The plutocrats all made all of their formation, and boom, we get Putin right after that. Because Russia, during the whole Yeltsin period, realized I had Russians stop me and say, we hate what's going on with capitalism. It's destroying our country. We want the old communism back. At first they were like, rah, rah, this is fantastic. I can get McDonald's with no lettuce. But now, KGB, you got a file on me? Oh, absolutely. Guaranteed. They probably haven't opened it in a long time. I guarantee they have a file on me. Yeah. I mean, dude, I rubbed shoulders with agents on both sides for a lot. I had agents all but tell me straight up they were agents. I had an American agent, and 2 American agents tell me they were American agents. One of them told me he was an agent in church, attending a Moscow church with the Mormons. Yeah. I say, what do you do, dude? We were like, 2 American expats in a tiny little English-speaking Mormon branch. Really no reason to be afraid of anybody, right? It's a true story. This really clean-cut guy, he pulls his card out, hands me his card. I look at his card. It says job, U.S. government, and it said job title, agricultural attaché. It's like the fucking worst cover ever. That is like the worst cover ever. I swear to God, that's a typical American Spy for you right there. Agricultural attaché. And I looked at him and I smiled from ear to ear and I went, yeah, right. I just laughed in his face. I totally laughed in his face and he smiled. I caught him off guard because he was probably, we were at church and we were just one-on-one with each other, you know. And, I got him to laugh, you know, because I was like, there's no way you're going to go. And he looked at me and out of the corner of his eye, he said, and I quote exactly, they know who we are, we know who they are. It's a different time. That's exactly what his answer was. I will never forget that moment. That was so amazing. And we just, you know, I think he was a little uncomfortable after that, but we went to the church service and, you know, and we shook hands and we parted ways. It was so funny. But that was kind of like the feeling at the time. The feeling at the time was like, it was this détente. There was this détente between Russia and America. That's why I changed my major. And there wasn't the tension. There wasn't as much tension. At the time, the people to be afraid of were the oligarchs who were fighting for power. You didn't really have to fear the government. The government was all on board, man. They were the ones that were signing our visas, that were helping us get joint venture money, that they were, you know, doing everything in their power to help us out. In fact, I worked with this great-great-granddaughter of Stalin, Svetlana, an amazing woman. I absolutely love her. And you know, it was a really great time. The government really, because most of the people that were still in the government at the time, for the most part, I'm a naive guy, so I could have missed it, but they were more, the people that were the hard people to talk to and work with were the mafia, but even they weren't that bad because they all wanted money. They all wanted that all-powerful American dollar. You gotta understand, back then, one chocolate bar was worth an entire month's salary for a Russian school teacher or professor. I know that because we had a guy, a student, actually an American student, nice guy. He brought a whole bunch of chocolate bars with him, and he was handing out chocolate bars to random kids on the street in Russia while he was going on tour. Hey kid, I got some candy for you. I'm American and I got candy for you. Not even kidding. You know, because he's like, oh, I'm going to go feed the fish in Russia, right? You know, spread some breadcrumbs or whatever. And I was there, I saw this happen. He took a chocolate bar and he just walked up to this mom and these two kids that were walking. And he walked up to one of the little kids, tapped the little kid on the shoulder and handed him a chocolate bar. I'm not even kidding. I was like, I'm surprised the woman didn't knock him out. And the woman, she stopped and she took the chocolate bar and she handed it right back and she goes, thank you, but no. And she walked away and she was very polite about it. And he's like, what the fuck? I was just trying to be nice. And I'm like, okay, think about what you just did for a second. If a random stranger walked up to your child and handed candy to them on the street in New York, would you allow them to take it? And he's like, well, I said, this is not the place to do this. The reason that we told them to bring stuff like that is because of the orphanages. They would take all that stuff and then we would go visit the orphanages and we'd bring the orphans all of these amazing things. It was a really great trip. And anyway, so this poor guy, and that was when I actually told that story to one of the Russians, I can't remember who, I think it was one of the translators. And they said, oh yeah, definitely. Because like, it was half a month's salary or a month's salary for, at the time, there weren't a lot of American goods. I bought one Snickers bar for 3,500 rubles. 3,500 rubles in 1990, I want to say 97, 98? Yeah, 96 or 97. I paid something like 3,800 rubles. And for me, that was like $2. It was an expensive Snickers bar, but it wasn't really expensive, right? And I brought that home to the family I was staying with, and I gave it to them as kind of a gift because they were feeding me every day. And I said, here, I just got this for the dinner. And she put it in the fridge, and then she cut it up and put it on a dessert tray and brought it out for dessert that night. And the girls were like really tentative about taking a piece of it because they didn't realize how expensive it was. It was like I had bought like, you know, super expensive dark truffles or something, you know? And I had no idea. I had no idea how much I mean, I did, but I was still looking at things in American dollars. And being an American in Russia during that time was kind of misleading because you were kind of a rock star. You hadn't degraded to what we are today. You know, when people saw Americans on the street, like random people, you instantly were the subject of conversation, and people wanted to get to know you. You could easily talk with movie stars and stuff without a problem because you were American. And there was a celebrity status just by being American in Russia at the time. And that changed big time. That changed big time. They have to have a van, huh, Mark? You need to wear the CIA? And then not after that, we see President's plane taking off. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, women, yeah. Yeah, I constantly had women being friendly to me in Russia. And at the time, I couldn't tell if it was because I was also married, right? So, it was tough though because my wife wasn't there. I never cheated on her. Boy, did people try. I had bus drivers and taxi drivers and translators all telling me, your wife will never know, just have a Russian wife and you know, or two, and then when you go home you can go back to your... I'm like, I'm not doing that. I was Mormon. I could have though. God damn. I could have had my pick of any woman in Russia just for being American. I know that's horrible. You wouldn't want people to marry you for that reason, right? Obviously. Have you ever heard this story? There's actually a true story about North Carolina. There's a guy who got a Russian bride, and she killed him. And she worked for the mob. She did. They bought a Russian bride and took him out. Yeah. I don't know. I still find Russian women extremely beautiful. I like all women, obviously, but I mean, I was in my 20s, so you know, my hormones are raging. And they would all wear mini skirts everywhere. Oh my God. The Russian women, they would wear these mini skirts everywhere. And they weren't necessarily harlots. They would just, it was just a pop, that was what they wore at the time. They would all wear these mini skirts. Boy, howdy. Hey, we're back. Uh-oh, they found me. Troutman Police Department. I have a friend who married a girl from Latvia. Her friends know words. Yeah, man. I mean, Slavic women, they're a handful, though. Yeah, about as big a handful as a German. Yeah, I married DevOps 66. I ended up marrying a German. Germans are pretty tough too, man. My wife is pretty badass. God, my wife, she'll punch me like she's kidding around, and she'll like send me across the room, I swear to God. I'm like, ouch, that hurt. She's like, no, what? My wife, I am kind of glad she's a tiny little thing. If she were even like a little bit bigger, I would break in half. She's hard to keep up with. Hi, Sam. You wanna go play frisbee? Frisbee? Where's the frisbee? Where is it? Where's the frisbee? Go get it. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Go get the frisbee. Go get it. Go get it. Go. Go find it. Go find the frisbee. Hey. Huh?
You want to go Gussie?
I'm going. I'm gonna go get the frisbee. There you go. Get them. Get the frisbee. She's gonna go Gussie and then play frisbee. Come on. Good girl. Put him down. Put him down. Drop it. Drop it. No, 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 no. Go potty. No, no. Go pee. Go pee. Go pee. Go pee. I'm not throwing it. No. No. Go pee. Go pee. Go pee. Go pee or I'm not throwing it. Go pee. Go pee. Go pee first. Go pee first. Go pee. Go pee and then I'll throw it. Go pee. Go pee. Go pee. Go pee. Go pee. Gosh dang it. Go pee. Good girl. Good girl, Sam. You're such a good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Now we can play. Okay, stay, stay, stay. Stay. Okay, ready? Ready? Nice catch. Stay. Nice catch. Good job. Where are you going? Where are you going? Hey, how are you doing? Why are you yubbing? I have new emotes. I'm trying to get new emotes. She's got to kill the frisbees. Drop it. Drop it. They're dead. I promise they're dead. Let go. No. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Hey, let go. All right, ready? And... ready? Nice one. Ready? Go, 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 go. Oh. Here you go. Nice. Are you done? Is it too hot? You want to go in now? All done? All done? Okay, you're too hot. I know. I know you're hot. I can tell. Are you done or no? You want to play frisbee? Okay, drop it. I can't throw it if you don't drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Ready? Stay. Hey. Nice one. Nice one. Oh, too far. Drop it. There you go, far. I smell poop. I smell poop. Careful. All right, we're done. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. I know it's hot, huh? Whew. Come on. Get you some water. Drop it. You want a snack? Here. And neighbors, yeah, sometimes. Not a lot, but sometimes. Sam, look. I got you fresh water, Sam. There you go. Drink. Come drink some water. Go get some water. Go drink your water. Go. Go drink. Drink. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Sam. You're such a good girl. You are. You're such a good girl. You're a good girl. She's pretty educated, yeah. She pushes me around pretty much. She doesn't push Doris around. She pushes me around though. Huh. Oh, we have new ice. Good. We can do the ice maker. How are we doing on stuff here? I wonder if we could bring up 0. Yeah, that stupid modem died again. Yeah, it keeps doing that. Mixer's on though, that's good. Alright, let's make a smoothie, shall we? Yeah. I'm gonna make a smoothie before I go biking or anything. Stupid banana flies. Hot. Oh yeah, it's very, very hot. You betcha. You betcha. Yeah, I'm sweating like crazy right now. Part 1, walk dog. Shh. Don't say that. She'll want to go. I want to make a smoothie and chill out. You ate your snack already. so loud. Damn it.
Does it decompress well? Thank God. Yeah, because that was like really loud. You know, I noticed that when we went into those really loud like Pride Parade and stuff, that the Sony mic compression is pretty damn good.
All things considered, you know. That's probably another reason to use it. Avocado is good in those things too, by the way. Cheers, everybody. Put some rum in there or something. Oh, it's very good. It's called Peanut Butter Mood. What should we do? Watch videos? I'll finish it up in a bit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here I am, I promise. I'm still here. I am still here. Stop recording. I mean, that's all for today.